Hi all beautiful souls. So this is Anna here, and I haven't recorded one of these videos for a while. As you know, I was away in Spain for a month, and I have been back for almost a month now, and I am stepping into working with Seeds of Joy community full time, which I'm really excited about. So today I decided to share a video with you because I wanted to share some updates with you and what's coming in the next few weeks and the next few months. Also, I found that today feels like a good day to show up because I'm on day 3 of my menstrual cycle, and this is the time when I find it much easier to communicate my messages to the world, which is really valuable to know. So I have been spending a lot of time exploring various topics, things that I have explored on a personal level, and also using different tools such as yoga, mindfulness, menstrual cycle awareness, also understanding my nervous system, and just being more in my body. As well as that, I have been practicing Buddhism for the last 12 years, which is really centered around developing more compassion, wisdom, courage in our lives. And I can see how all of this is just coming together, merging together. And I really want to be able to share it with you in a very valuable way so that you also can benefit from all the learnings that I had a chance to explore. So over the next few weeks, few months, I would like to really talk about our body being a sacred space to get to know ourselves, to develop more self-understanding, and to find wisdom in our body. But first of all, we need to feel safe in our body, and we need to understand what is happening in our body. And this is something that I learned that when I started practicing yoga, I actually started to feel my body, which was really extraordinary because before that I wouldn't have much awareness of the different parts of our body. So awareness is like really step one to anything, because this gives us an opportunity to explore things further. And I think that one of the things that I really learned over the years is how much the mind and the body are connected. And I know we talk a lot about this mind-body connection, but sometimes I think I didn't actually understand it fully. It's only through practicing being in my body, listening to my body and responding to it, that I learned what it means to really understand this mind-body connection and how our body is storing emotions, how our thoughts affect our body, how some of our beliefs are also stored in our body, in our nervous system. So all of this is just super interesting, and it doesn't need to be too complicated. I found that sometimes things are not actually as complicated as they need to be. It's just about creating space to understand it in a way that is accessible to us and that is relevant to us as well. So this is what I will be sharing over the coming months, and also something that has been very present for me for the last few years, really, but it always comes up every now and then. It will come up as a big theme for me, is to practice self-compassion. I think all of this work that I'm sharing here, connecting with your body, creating a more mindful and intuitive approach in your life, it really needs to be accompanied by self-compassion. And the reason for that is because without self-compassion, whatever we do can turn into something, into like a goal that we are trying to reach. And the results will be actually the opposite of what we are aiming for. So I often will find that having that kind of self-compassion can be practiced in a yoga class, for example. So if we are not feeling the way we would like to feel, or if we are not experiencing whatever we want to be experiencing in a particular yoga pose, we need to have that kind of self-compassion to not judge ourselves for wherever we are right now in this moment. And what I found really interesting, as I've been reading this book called The Atlas of the Heart, which was recommended by my friend, Francie, I was reading about this 3 elements of self-compassion, which is something that this author, Kristin Neff, talks about in her book on self-compassion. So the 3 elements are having self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. And I think this is really, really interesting, because having self-kindness is that we are not judging ourselves for making mistakes or for not being perfect, because no one is really perfect. So having that ability to be kind towards ourselves regardless is something really, really valuable. And also just being kind when we are experiencing painful experiences, because sometimes we are just adding to our pain. So we are already feeling quite down, but by not being kind with ourselves, we can actually increase the level of our pain or suffering. And the common humanity, this is something really, really interesting, because when we feel that our suffering or our experience is shared with others, that other people are also experiencing it, we feel much better. We feel that we are not alone, because otherwise we can experience a sense of isolation, that this is the thing that is only happening to me. And this is where I find sharing circles, women's circles, very, very powerful and valuable. So I thought that that was actually quite good as well, the common humanity. And the last piece, mindfulness. So this is really about being present with whatever is happening, and trying also not to over-identify yourself with whatever is happening. So sometimes we can create a story in our head. So instead of just being present with what is, we can just give too much meaning to whatever we are feeling. It's not to say that there is no meaning in whatever we are experiencing, but by over-identifying with an experience that isn't pleasant, including physical pain, or it could be emotional or mental pain, or just feeling like we failed, or a moment of disappointment, all of these things. So instead of just pinning yourself onto this experience, we can just be mindful, we can be present with it, and just allow ourselves to move through it. So this is something that can be quite difficult to do, but that's something that we are doing when we practice yoga or meditation. So all of these practices are really, really valuable for practicing self-compassion. So I know it's a long enough video, but I wanted to share with you some of the things that have been on my mind, and I will be sharing much more in the coming weeks and months, and hopefully it will remain as sunny as it is today. And yeah, I'm going to be sharing more on self-compassion in my newsletter, which you can sign up to if you like. And yeah, I think that's it for now. If you have any comments or any experiences related to what I shared, you can share that in the comments below. Thank you so much. Namaste.